With the rise of depression in the 21st century, it is important that we start to look towards reliable and cost-efficient solutions towards this problem. It is estimated that about 4% of the population, 5% of adults, and nearly 6% of senior citizens suffer from depressive disorder, which is more commonly known as depression, according to WHO in 2023. My hypothesis is that being out in nature and experiencing living things other than human beings is one of the easiest and most accessible ways to improve one's mental health, no matter what age or demographic they come from. Since the end of the COVID-19 pandemic, one could say that the world is in a state of anomie. Anomie, as described by Emil Durkheim, is a condition of instability resulting from a breakdown of standards and values or from a lack of purpose or ideals. Due to the amount of perceived time lost and the massive amounts of social isolation that were caused by the lockdowns, many may have felt or still feel set apart from society and the goals that they had placed in life before the pandemic came upon us. In the upcoming interview, Tyler Schwartz, one of the workers at Lion Arboretum, describes a much different experience living throughout the pandemic and coming out of it.
I'd say that definitely it's been beneficial to be outside. Working around plants is I feel like the air is a little cleaner. It just kind of takes the stress away, especially during COVID. A lot of people were stressed out and literally couldn't leave their houses, and I was fortunate enough to be able to work every day here at the Arboretum, so it was definitely.
Throughout the interview, it was pretty clear that being surrounded by nature helped him get through the pandemic mentally unscathed, and that he still loves the peace that comes with the awesome work environment that the Arboretum provides. From a functionalist perspective, nature can provide a break from the stresses and demands of modern life. Functionally, it serves as a coping mechanism by offering an environment where individuals can relax, unwind, and recharge. The following interview is by one of the volunteers at the Lion Arboretum, and he describes how working at the Arboretum has affected his mental health.
My name is Kua, and currently I've been working here about 4 or 5 weeks so far.
Okay, well, in these 4 to 5 weeks, do you feel that being out in nature has helped your mental well-being at all? Or
Yeah, now that you brought that up, actually it's the first point. I think it has. I think it's really affected my mental well-being in a positive way, being out here among the plants.
Through talking with Kua, it was clear that the beauty of nature was all that was needed to boost his mood and to promote happiness and feel-good emotions throughout his day. Many studies have found that simply living close to nature has proven significant boosts in people's mental health and well-being. From a conflict theory perspective, access to resources such as therapy or talk sessions may be limited in many communities. In situations where this is the case, nature is always an option, as getting out and spending a few moments in nature is entirely free and requires no fee out of one's pocket. There are government efforts and foundations linked to spreading awareness for depression and prevention of negative consequences of suffering from the disorder, biggest being suicide. However, 75% of people in low to middle income countries receive no treatment and minimal aid in this constant battle. With an obvious lack of money to address the problem for the masses in a budget-friendly manner, one possible aid in the fight against depression could simply be spending more time in nature. From another conflict theory perspective, there may be situations such as environmental injustice, where certain populations do not have as much greenery as others. However, in these situations, an effort to find nature and spend time with things other than cement would still greatly benefit the community's health. From an interactionist perspective, on a personal interaction basis, some people may find it hard to fit into society or other groups that they have been forced to be a part of. In these situations, connecting with nature may be beneficial, as there is no way for a plant to make you feel judged or out of place. Nature may also serve as an effective setting to lighten the mood of group events. This may positively affect the experience of all the people involved with the event, and prevent them from walking away with negative lasting thoughts that could have come from a different setting, such as an enclosed room. Being out in nature provides a setting where you feel loose and set free. It can help ease the nerves and prevent you from feeling trapped or encased. From my personal experience at the Arboretum, the feeling after seeing all of the progress me and my friend had made clearing out the side of a trail and helping to preserve native species was amazing. I felt a great sense of accomplishment and connection to nature. The second time I volunteered, I had a similar feeling and met a fellow volunteer whom I later interviewed. Okay, what is your name?
My name is Ricky.
Last Saturday after the volunteering project, how did you feel?
I felt pretty good. I got to be out in the sun, help pull out some weeds. After that night, I felt nice and relaxed.
On a micro level, the island of Oahu provides us with countless amounts of spaces that an individual can go and get an adequate amount of time spent out in nature to relieve themselves of the stress accumulated throughout their day. On a meso level, there are even more beautiful natural sites across the Hawaiian Islands that an individual can go to relieve stress. That is why so many people come to Hawaii for vacation, mostly to just relieve stress and to spend time out in the beautiful nature. On a macro level, although the depression rates are much higher on the mainland off of Oahu and especially in Hawaii, there are still countless areas around the United States that one can get a great grasp on the beauty of nature and to go out and have an adventure. On a personal note, I feel that going outside in nature and running, doing things outdoors really helps my mental state, and I feel that my outcome would have been a lot different if I hadn't done those things throughout the pandemic. Through this project, by volunteering and by talking to the workers or other fellow volunteers that I met along the way, I truly stand by my hypothesis that being out in nature can help to combat the rising problem that is depression in the United States. Thank you guys for watching, and I encourage you to go outside and relieve some stress out in nature.